Good morning, good morning. So, in the spirit of me continuing to practice for my upcoming YTT in Costa Rica, we are going to continue moving through a little flow. This morning I want to play around a little bit, and so we're going to flow through a modified sun salutation beat, and I'm going to add and subtract a couple of things in between to target some of the things on my body, particularly my thoracic spine, my rib cage, my obliques, that are talking to me a little bit this morning. So if you want to join me on your mat, that would be lovely. Otherwise, if you want to come back to this later, you can save and return to it later. But lots moving in the world around us right now, a lot, myself included. Many people are shedding layers, are moving through a lot of change and transformation. So I want to invite you today as we move through this flow and as we move through these positions, I want to invite you to breathe into these areas and out of your body, and I will guide you through that. But I want to invite you to breathe into these areas, and as you breathe into your body, thinking about what it is that you are releasing, what it is that you are shedding, what it is that you are letting go of, and maybe what it is that you've been holding on to in this area, because our bodies hold on to so much stress, so much tension, so much. It's 7 a.m. Our bodies hold on to so much. And so as you breathe into each space, ask yourself the question, what am I holding on to? What lives here? And what am I releasing from here? So with that being said, I want you to step to the front of your mat, closing your eyes. You can bring your hands to your sides, to your heart center, whatever feels comfortable for you. And I just want you to arrive. Notice where you're standing, whether you're forwards in your body or back in your body. Maybe you keep your feet planted and just rock forwards over your toes. Maybe you rock backwards over your heels, just to find where neutral is for you this morning. And then finding that middle ground between being all the way in the front over your toes and all the way in the back over your heels. And then maybe you do the same thing to your sides. Shift from left to right, just finding where you are this morning. Where is neutral? And then coming again over the center. Taking a couple of breaths here. Just setting an intention for yourself. Setting an intention for what you want to release through your movement today. Breathing into that intention. Maybe offering a little exhale with some noise. Shake it out a little bit. Do that again, breathing in to your belly, bringing it up into your rib cage. On the exhale, shake and tone. All right. Finding yourself arriving. And as we begin, we're going to slowly breathe in as we raise our hands and our arms, circle them upwards towards the ceiling. As you sit into a chair pose, gazing up towards the sky, breathing in. On the exhale, coming down into a forward fold. We're going to be slow this morning. So just giving yourself a moment to feel the back of your body open. A couple of breaths here. Where are your feet on the ground? The insides of your feet relaxed. Are you leaning on the outside edges of your foot. Can you find neutral between the two? Just give me one more breath in here in this beautiful stretch. Breathing into the back of the body, breathing out and releasing anything ready to let go. Breathing in, halfway lift, flat back, straight spine. Breathing out, hands come down, stepping back into a high plank. Breathing in, lowering into upward facing dog, into your chaturanga. Opening your chest here. Breathing out, and on the next breath in, you're going to come back into a downward facing dog. Let's do a couple of breaths here. Hips are high to the ceiling, and just explore this position a little bit. Maybe shifting your hips left to right, maybe pedaling your dog a little bit, opening up the calves and the back of the legs. And remember to use your breath as we exhale, releasing anything not here to serve you. Releasing anything you're shedding. Breathing into the lower back. One more breath in. And on this exhale, you're going to lower your knees to the ground. Getting a nice, good stretch. Hips are seated over your heels. Reaching your fingertips forwards. Feeling a nice good stretch through your lats. And child's pose. Keeping your hips anchored over the heels, I want you to crawl your fingertips to one side of the mat. And so you're keeping that left hip stationary. And in that stretch, you should feel right down the left side of the back. That left side body. Breathing into this a couple of times, using your exhalation to release, to shed. Using the inhalation to create space for the new. On that next inhalation, crawling your hands to the opposite side of the mat, again keeping your right hip stationary. Opening that right side body. Inhalation to expand, exhalation to shed. Coming back to center. Curling your toes under your body, driving back up to a downward facing dog. Driving through the hands, pushing the floor away. Couple of beautiful breaths here. On the next inhale, we're going to step the right foot forwards on your mat by that right hand. You're going to drive up with your arms into warrior one. That back foot comes down to the ground, chest is facing forwards. Feeling a beautiful stretch in that back hip. Breathing into that hip. Inhale to expand the space. Exhale to shed and to release. Coming into warrior two. Gaze is over the front fingertips. Again, feeling a nice, beautiful stretch in the hips. Reaching forwards with the front body, and then opening, coming backwards into that reverse warrior, gazing up to the sky with your fingertips. Breathing into that right side body. Inhale to open, exhale to shed and release. Last breath in, on the exhale, coming back to warrior two. Swinging that right arm and left arm upwards to warrior one. Gazing up to the sky. On that exhale, that hands come down to the floor, back into downward facing dog. On that inhale, we're going to straighten into a high plank. Exhaling here. Inhale down into your chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Maybe you drop one hips a little bit at a time, opening up the obliques and the hip space. Downward facing dog. On that exhale. Again, a couple of breaths here. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, breathing again. Making this your own, exploring your hip space, noticing what is there, what are you holding? Can you use your breath to release? On that next inhalation, we're going to step that left foot forward. Oh, I'm sorry. We have one more thing to do. Drop the knees. Find that child pose again. Sometimes I'll reach my armpits one at a time towards the ground to get this small rotation. And the top of my back, and I'll breathe into that. Reaching those armpits to the ground. And then back to neutral, you're going to crawl the hands to the right side of the mat, breathing into that left side body. Lower belly expands. And then over to the left side. Keeping that right hip grounded. Can you get your breath into your hip pocket? One more inhalation. Expanding that hip. Using the exhale to release into shed. Back into the center. Curling the toes under, driving back up into a downward facing dog. Hips are high, knees are slightly bent. Middle back is activated as you drive through the floor, feeling those lower traps. On the inhale, you're going to bring the left foot forwards on your mat, fly that left hand. Breathing in as you reach up into warrior one, that back foot rotates inside the arch of the foot points forward, and you've reached to the sky. Give me a couple of breaths here as you feel the stretch on that back hip, and I want you to use that breath to open and shed, open and release. Exhale to let go. Maybe you lunge a little bit more forwards into that front foot. Opening to warrior two. Gazes over that left fingertips. As you lunge forward into that left foot. Lean forward into those left fingertips as you reach up, reverse warrior. Breathing into that side body. Inhale to expand the ribs. And lower belly gazes upward over the fingertips. Exhale to release anything that space is holding. Inhale to expand. Exhale to release. Coming back into warrior two. And breathing in as you bring the hands down, back to the floor. Entering downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Again, what's here for you? What is your body holding? What can you use your attention and your breath to release? Slowly you're curling your feet to the top of your mat. Finding that forward fold. Breathing into that fold. Breathing in, halfway lift, flat back. Exhaling, release. And this time breathing in. Reaching your arms back up to the sky into your chair pose. Tucking the hips under. Standing tall. Hands together above your head. Bringing them back down to the heart space. And as we did at the very beginning of this short flow, just checking in with your body. When we started, we rocked forward and backwards, we rocked side to side, just to notice where your body is in space. And so can you do that now? Noticing any differences in your body. How do you feel in comparison to where you started? Remembering that each step along your journey is what creates a different experience. Each small little step, each small little breath, each small little movement is what creates that larger scale change. Breathing into those small steps, into those small movements, finding gratitude for each one of them. As you move through your day, tuning into your breath, and remembering to release and to shed on that exhale, and to open, to expand, and to receive on the inhale. Thanking yourself for slowing down, for creating the space today. Thanking your body for the wisdom that it holds. Thank you. Thanking God, Great Spirit, the universe, for all the ways that it holds you and guides you along this beautiful journey. Bravo. Thank you for joining me today in this little flow. I know my hips are feeling much better than they were. We only went through once, but wanted to give you some bite-sized little pieces here. So Let me know what you thought. Let me know how this flow made you feel. If you would like to offer some feedback, anything that I can evolve that would be supportive for you, I would love to receive. And yeah, hit the save button so that you can go back to this later. I'm sending you so much love today. I hope that you find the opportunity to slow down, to reconnect with your body, and I hope that this flow, this short flow, can support you in doing so. So, I love you, I love you, I love you. Talk soon.